Is perfection actually something that matters anymore? Are we still chasing it? Have we been chasing it? Today we're going to talk about all that. Hello everybody, my name is Anya and I basically do makeup videos here on my YouTube channel. I tend to post videos about 4 to 5 times a week, and on this channel we like to talk about the makeup industry, consumerism, new makeup releases, and basically makeup artistry in general. Today, I wanted to make a brief video talking about the aspect of perfection in makeup. I've really been thinking about this whole idea of perfection and how it applies to the makeup world as we've been finishing out this year, because with the coming of the new year, I have been doing a lot of reflection, and for my channel specifically, I have been wanting to reflect on this past decade and where makeup has gone and where we have taken it and all that sort of stuff. And something that I have really noticed is that at the beginning of this decade, we were chasing this completely unattainable brand of perfection in makeup. We were so interested in the high coverage, we were interested in the full beat, in the full glam. That's what was in, and the new makeup releases, what people were wearing, what we were showing online reflected that so intensely. And even the rise of the social media that we have seen from this decade has reflected that. Instagram videos, Instagram tutorials for such a long time, for several years in this decade, were focused on the idea of shock value, the idea of artistry, but artistry with an emphasis on perfection. Everybody really wanted to look full beat, full glam, full coverage. But then it changed. And so many factors have been a part in this. I definitely feel like our own preferences as human beings have altered slightly with regards to makeup. I still see a lot of people, including myself, love like the full coverage look some of the time. And in making this video, I don't want to generalize, but I definitely do feel like this has been present a lot in myself as a makeup lover. At the beginning of this decade, I was chasing this unattainable ideal of looking perfect. I was wearing false lashes every day. I was wearing full coverage makeup. I could not wear the most full coverage glam look ever. And it's kind of interesting that this decade has basically been my teenage years, and 2020 is the first year that I am not a teenager. And it's kind of interesting to look back on, because I remember, I mean, I still have these insecurities, but to a lesser degree, I would think. I remember feeling so insecure about myself, about my face. I was like, I want to change it. I have been open on this channel to varying degrees about how for a while I was interested in getting like a rhinoplasty. And this was not like, this is not something that happened recently. This was something that I was thinking when I was like 12, when I was 11, like that sort of age, because I was like, I didn't like my features. But now, thankfully, I have learned to look at my features and really be proud of them, be proud of my DNA, be proud of where, like, what my face represents, and be proud of the face that I was born with, and just rejoice in the art of putting makeup on that face, maybe not doing full coverage, maybe not making it look so perfect, but at the same time, I wonder how much of a role the society around me has played in that shift of opinion. You have brands such as Glossier, Milk Makeup, and so many others that have really popularized this idea of having like a very natural looking complexion, maybe peppered in with like a few really bright colors. They have really embraced the idea of imperfection and used it in their marketing strategy. House Laboratories was launched so very recently, and their entire aesthetic is to have a makeup look but make it imperfect. If you literally zoom into so many of their campaign images, none of their images look artificially perfect. In fact, they have just the right touch of imperfection to make the entire brand seem so much more tangible. And I think that that is a reflection of where society is headed. Of course, it's very difficult to predict where this next decade is going to be when it comes to makeup trends, but I think that we're definitely going to be seeing the continual rise of imperfection perfection, this idea of embracing who we are, embracing who everybody else is around us, and really just be proud of what we can bring to the table. Something that has also really been interesting to me is the idea of accepting the fact that not all of us are super perfect makeup artists, and I have really been inspired to follow people online who embrace this, follow people who don't necessarily edit their photos to an extreme degree. I, among many others, I tend to edit my photos, and I know a whole bunch of other people do. I also follow a lot of people who don't edit their photos at all. I can only speak for myself, of course, but I know that I definitely do try to treat my photos as like art. But at the same time, if I'm posting a makeup photo, I don't like to redo my entire makeup look to make it look more perfect. In fact, I like to enhance the look to make it seem more artistic, if that makes any sense. Something else that I found is, for me personally, this idea of chasing perfection has not been limited to my appearance, has not been limited to what I'm consuming. In fact, it has also been focused on my makeup skills. Throughout this entire decade, I have constantly felt that I am not as good at makeup as I would like to be, and I have gotten better. It's been 10 years of me wearing makeup, or 9 years? How long have I been wearing makeup? I've been wearing makeup for a while, but I can definitely say that if I backtrack to what I looked like with makeup on 10 years ago, it's improved a lot right now. I mean, this makeup look, I would not have been able to achieve this 8 years ago or even 5 years ago, and I'm very proud to say that now I can get a little bit closer to what I want to be as a makeup lover. But at the same time, I've had to contend with the fact that I will never be able to execute the kind of perfection in a makeup look that other people have been able to do, or that other people appear to do. And more often, I've been seeing other people on the internet, and especially Instagram, because I've been so into Instagram lately. I've seen so many people really embrace the idea that a makeup look does not have to be the most beautiful blended thing, that the glitter doesn't have to be like perfectly applied to be absolutely beautiful, that the application of makeup can be imperfect in and of itself and still be art. And of course, that sounds really obvious when I'm saying it, but it's kind of difficult, I think, to actually believe that your makeup artistry can be just as valuable as somebody else's when somebody else's makeup is so much more intricate or so much more technically prestigious. I'm using big words in this video. But yes, I definitely think that a big theme in this past decade has been shedding this skin or this facade of perfection in favor of imperfection and really working to embrace that. I definitely feel like as a society, we are a long way from really truly being comfortable and open about what we look like or what our bodies look like or what our skin looks like. But I am so very happy to see brands, to see influencers, to see just society in general accept and embrace the fact that imperfection is a human trait, and as a society, we all reflect that whether or not we actually want to admit it. Let me know your opinions down below. Do you think that perfection is a trend that we are shedding moving on into the new year? Do you think that it doesn't necessarily matter? Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree with my points? Give me your thoughts and I'll get back to you. I'm really curious to hear about what you guys have to say on this topic. And of course, thank you so much for watching till the end of the video. I do hope that you enjoyed this one and found it insightful, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.